What's going on, guys? So today I'm finally installing a boost gauge on the L67. We've got an auto meter gauge here. I've got the vacuum lines, wiring I'll figure out. I'm also going to be fixing the volt gauge I have here because it stopped working for some reason, along with my car charger at the same time, because that's wired to the accessories wire on that one. I'm also going to be putting some gearbox oil in the gearbox because it's been leaking out of the rear where the tail shaft goes in, the extension case. So fix that up, hopefully it stops crunching gears. Get this so we can see how restricted the motor is and what boost we're making with the 87mm pulley, and that to see if my alternator is messed up. So I'm going to start by uncovering the wiring where I'm going to get the power accessories from and hook up the ground, and also taking off this dash surround piece where I'm going to be mounting I'm going to put the boost gauge in here, take these two vents out and move this volt gauge over here. Hopefully that works. And looking to getting a temperature gauge to match, get a cobalt temperature gauge to match the boost gauge to go in there as well. So this bloody thing. Oh, I'm always so sketched out about snapping these. Ooh. Okay, look at that dodginess. I wonder why it's not working. That was a struggle. Oh man, I have to like unbolt this whole thing just to change gearbox oil. Oh. Okay, so we're going to be getting our accessories power from this wire here, that multicolored wire. Just took this off, disconnected these three wires. Speed alert was taken out previously, and the headlight dimmer switch thing. This is our volt gauge, and that's just the two power and ground wires going down. The ground is up on the metal bar down there, and then yeah, here's the power spliced into this one, and I'm going to add the boost gauge one to there also. Yeah. Okay, so I've undone the three screws. That's off. Now this will sit back up there like that. Damn it. Hitting this bloody bracket behind here on this thread. Yeah, I'm thinking of making like a little plate kind of thing that covers this hole and that hole there, and then putting the gauges in like that, so it kind of just covers everything up and holds the gauges in there. Oh shit. Fuck. Okay, so I've got a bunch of new vacuum lines, fuel pressure regulator, boost actuator. Now my motor reads boost from the lower inlet manifold, so there is a nipple down here that blue line goes to, and then you follow that around the back down under the booster and up in this corner. Now I need to find somewhere in the firewall where there's a grommet or a free grommet that doesn't already have shit going through there to run this vacuum line through. At the moment it's just blocked off with a screw. Run this big line through into the back of the dash, and then from there go tee off that big one onto this little thing here, tee into one side, block the other side, and then this black line into a shorter section of this stuff. I'm going to cut this stuff down, which this then goes onto the back of the gauge like so. and then we're boosting. So I think I'm just going to leave the volt gauge in here like this, and then have the boost gauge here, and then have room for an oil pressure and water temperature. Maybe oil temperature, I don't know. See how we go. But for today, just the volt gauge and boost gauge. Okay, so I made a little like template thing out of a Macca's box. Did some cutting and basically just set it in where I'm gonna have like a plastic plate made up and maybe plastic welded in to fill the holes, and then another one here. But for now, yeah, I've just made this up, put a hole in it, and yeah, it's just taped on at the moment. And then when I want to make an actual plate like properly out of plastic, I can just take this Macca's box cut out once I have another gauge or two fit in here somewhere, take that to a place that makes plastic. I don't know, just yeah. Okay, so the vacuum is all hooked up. This just goes onto the back of the gauge. It's running down there, back down under the dash, and up through there. And the ground for the volt gauge and also the boost gauge now be this one here onto that bar, and yeah, both power wires down onto here, spliced into this wire. So let's get this bitch in. Just put some super glue on the cardboard to hold it to the dash fascia rather than electrical tape, because I don't have any sticky tape, and I'll be taking it off soon anyway once I get my other gauges to test fit them up. But now I'm going to start running the wiring back down through there to the ground, and another wire down here for power, or accessories power. Okay, so we have the power wire here going down into the dash, ran up behind this plastic piece, down the side here, and then coming up here, connected to this little clusterfuck of wiring. That connector plugs into the, where is it? This plug here for the lighter charger, car charger port thing. So every time you turn the key, that turns on, gets 12 volts accessory power to this wire, which then in turn turns this gauge on and the boost gauge as well. So I put that back in. So now I'm going to work on, I'll cut the wire about here, and then I'll run the same wire from here back down through this hole here and over to this screw as a ground. Okay, we have the ground hooked up going above the steering column. So that's the ground, that's the power. Now to get some connectors onto them for these two, ground, and then yeah, 12 volt. And then shove that vacuum line onto this one, shove her in and hope for the best. Hopefully they both fire up, we see some boost and we see some volts. Alright guys, it's all dummy fitted. I've got it all wired up, vacuum's connected, everything's done pretty much, just not, dash isn't put back in, this isn't clipped back down. I don't want to do all that and then test it and realize it's not working. So everything's connected now. I'm just going to test to see if it's getting power, if it's working or what. Yes! Battery is a bit low because I've had the doors open with the interior light going off its head. But you can see blue LEDs are on, blue LEDs are on. Now let's start her up. I'm having starting issues at the moment already anyway. Oh, that's good. Vacuum is about right, and now the idle's going to go really fucking weird. Yep, there she goes. Anyways guys, she's connected, she's working, I'm happy. I'm not going to get into the gearbox oil today because I've got to go have a shower and get ready for work. But basically that's it for now. Boost gauge is all hooked up. Vacuum lines are all done. Everything's pretty much set, just needs to be put back together. Tomorrow I'm going to come back out, I'm going to test a new MAF sensor, get some soapy water and spray around here, see if I can find any vacuum leaks around the back of the throttle body and underneath down there, because it kind of sounds like there's a leak going on over there, and that could be most of my issue. But anyway guys, that's all for today. If you like what you saw, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. Leave some comments down below, give me some ideas for more videos, modifications, or anything you guys want to see. Anyways, that's all for now. Thanks for watching guys, have a good one.